Statistics were released by both Police Commissioner Acting Nigel Hoppy and Chancellor of the Judiciary Janet Cummings Edwards at a ceremony to mark the opening of the domestic violence interview and virtual hearing rooms at the Lenora and Wales Magistrates Court on Monday, which showed an increase in domestic violence reports and cases. According to Hoppy, in 2019 there were 1,499 reports, leading to 918 cases filed in the courts, and this led to 261 convictions. In 2020, there were over 120 convictions. But for up to June alone this year, there were 104 convictions. These convictions arose out of the 896 reports that were made and the 439 cases heard in the court. That shows an increase in convictions when compared to the same period last year, when there were 733 reports, 370 cases, and 85 convictions. Hoppy said the Guyana Police Force welcomes the installation of the interview and virtual hearing rooms, which is supported by the United Nations Children's Fund's office in Guyana.
In its restructuring process, the police is also providing a conducive atmosphere, one of confidentiality, with special rooms at police stations where persons can make reports of domestic violence and have the follow-up actions taken without inconveniences. It is with great pleasure, therefore, that I note that this provision of a conducive atmosphere for the effective dealing with domestic violence by the legal system is today being taken a step further through the provision of separate rooms in 2 magistrates' courts where victims can now make their application and give their testimony virtually and privately.
The police commissioner said several of these rooms already exist at police stations across the country, and the installation of similar rooms within the court system is intended to provide a level of convenience to victims of domestic violence. Chancellor Cummings Edwards also provided some statistics on the trend, pointing out that between 2019 and 2020, there were a total of 5,768 criminal and civil domestic violence cases in the courts. She pointed out that these numbers are void of the unreported cases where victims may have been intimidated or shamed. Already for 2021, a total of 1,849 cases have been processed in the courts, with Justice Cummings Edwards pointing out that domestic violence takes up a large percentage of hearings in the courts.
And we did this simply because of the rise in cases during the pandemic. Prior to the pandemic, we had a number of matters where persons were seeking the assistance of the court or seeking justice for matters affecting them in domestic violence related cases.
The Chancellor extended thanks for the financial support of UNICEF that facilitated the opening of the 2 rooms, offering a space free of ridicule and stigmatization to victims of domestic violence. Also attending the event on Monday was Chief Justice Acting Roxanne George, Chief Magistrate Anne McLennan, and other members of the judiciary.